What is up, everybody? It was an awesome Wednesday night for this guy. Ended up going out with my son Dane and Ben. Normally you hear us say that we're going out west. Today we actually went out east. We went all the way down to the glass house set up over in there. Trolled that 60 to 80 feet. Slid out a couple times, got out into like 120, 130 feet of water. But our best water had to be in that 80 to 90 foot range. I shouldn't say that. 70s was really good too. But what an unbelievable night, man. Ended up going, I believe, 17 for 18 or something like that. Actually lost count. It was a lot of fish. Divers were insanely quiet for us today. I believe a Laker came in on a deep diver that was pulling rig cut bait. Not quite sure on the paddle. I'm sorry, I really wasn't paying attention to that one. But all the other divers were actually super quiet. Screens were lit up like Christmas trees. Lots of fish out there, all over the water column. So we had baits at all different levels, including some slide cheaters. And let's get into what was actually on fire. Downriggers took one or two fish, those actually being Lakers. I believe one king came off a downrigger, high rigger, I believe. That was down about 40 feet. Outside of that, it was a couple Lakers, I believe, came in on the downriggers. But the true story and the true heroes of the day today, hands down, are going to be those junk lines, man. And you hear me preach about these a lot when I talk to you guys in person. I'm always asking, do you use copper or weighted steel, lead core? And a lot of people sometimes are definitely nervous to use them. Today was a good example as to why you should, because you are absolutely losing and missing out on fish. All our fish, most of the night, came in on a 300 or a 200 copper. I'm going to show you what we're using on those. We'll start with the stingers here. These are regulars. The Fat Nancy's was really good for us. MBK was really good for us. And on the Dreamweaver side, that PK was really good for us right here. Those pulled in a handful of kings, and definitely its fair share of Lakers. And as we were sneaking out and about, we kept seeing that there was definitely Lakers down at the bottom. They were definitely feeding up. We were kind of mostly targeting kings. Really weren't trying for the Lakers, but the Lakers were just super aggressive today. Just couldn't keep, honestly, you couldn't keep these spoons in the water. The ones I'm about to show you were the hot ones. Electric Funeral was pretty good for us today. And then this one right here. Bloody Alewife with the Snowflake. Guys, these are all Hawks custom spoons, by the way, that I'm showing you. These are the mags. I don't know if I already said that, but I want to get that out there. This one, that Bloody Alewife with the Snowflake on the back was really good for us. But the one that took the biggest fish of the day, and honestly, probably the most fish of the day, could not keep this bait in the water at all. Whether you're in 60 feet, whether you're in 120 feet of water, didn't matter. They were smashing it on a 300 copper, and that would be this moonpie. And you can see the teeth marks back here, just absolutely chomped up right there. It's got Snowflake on the back, moonpie on the face. This one was a blast in the water today. So, guys, biggest Laker. My son Dane got it in. Got on the scale. It was a pretty big one. Didn't know how Ben's scale was reading, so we knew that we had a derby fish. So we definitely bolted for that. Bolted for the dock. We had a great night, to be honest with you. I mean, that was a really fun night of fishing. Really took the time to try and teach Dane as much as we possibly could about fishing, and he did phenomenal. He really did. We usually call him butter rod because he's always losing fish, but today he really did awesome, and he was able to get a really nice lake trout derby fish to the boat. So we made the bolt, for the boat launch there. Got off the water. I want to say it was probably like 7:40. Ben had his truck and boat all set up, ready to haul out of there. I would say no later than like 7:47, 7:48. It wasn't late. A couple days ago, we weighed in a couple derby fish. We got over to the derby area. I'm sorry, I'm backtracking. We got over to the Orleans County Park there. It was probably about 7:50. We had a call over to the LOC, talked to those guys, and they contacted the guy that was down there, and he showed up at about 7:57, and wait us in. Well, I thought that's how today would run. So gave him a call, said, hey, we're on our way over to the park. I don't know if that guy's there, if you can call him up, but we're going to be there in about 2 minutes, which will put us there about 7:53. We pulled in, nobody there, and I called the LOC to let them know, hey, we're here, we're trying to weigh in, and I was told it was a little too late, that the guy had went home. And my son was a little bit bummed, but it is what it is, I understand. But had that been like a 23-pound king, I think we'd be having a much different conversation right now. But the point is, my son had a good time. Everybody had a good time out there in the water. And guys, let me tell you what, these hawk spoons are blasting fish. They're all over my reports. They're on other people's reports. Definitely get down there, pick these guys up. If you're not in the Lock Derby already, definitely get inside the LOC Derby. It runs from now until Sunday, I believe. So make sure you guys get in that. You got to be in it to win it. Still pretty wide open in that king department, in that king board. There's tons of Lakers out there for sure. You guys want to try and get on the LOC Derby board, go and try and snag up a Laker real quick. They're not too crazy hard to find. They're definitely not like unicorns like those 20-pound kings were. But definitely get out there. They're a lot of fun to catch. I personally don't. I'm not really a big Laker guy, but they are fun to catch. So I got to give it that. Anyways, guys, I'm out of here for the night. Thanks for watching. And if you're going to weigh in at the Orleans County Park, try to get like at least a half hour. All right. Do maybe like a half hour. I'm sure those guys are down there all day, every day, dealing with a lot. And it just was bad timing. But we'll get Dane back out there. We'll get him on another fish. And we'll make sure he gets on the board. So you guys take care. I will see you soon. I'm out of here for the night. And this weekend, this is the last report, guys. You're not going to hear another one out of me. Big boy tournament down there in Wilson and Alcott. Looking forward to seeing everybody. If you want to get involved into that, definitely reach out to Captain Craig. We'll get you guys all set up. And I will see you all down in Alcott and Wilson this weekend. Looking forward to it, guys. Take care.